Hey everyone, Matt Davella here. Today, I'm sharing an experience that pushed my boundaries and shifted my perspective. For 30 days, I took on a challenge that many might consider extreme. I lived completely off-grid. No electricity, no running water, no internet, just me and the wilderness. This wasn't about testing my survival skills, it was about disconnecting from the constant noise and demands of modern life. I wanted to reconnect with myself, with nature, and explore a simpler way of being. The idea of going off-grid had been brewing in my mind for a while. It wasn't a sudden decision, but rather a gradual realization that my current lifestyle was no longer sustainable for my mental and emotional well-being. I found myself constantly tethered to my devices, always connected yet feeling increasingly disconnected from the world around me. I felt increasingly overwhelmed by the digital world, the constant notifications, the pressure to be on all the time. Every ping, every buzz, every alert seemed to demand my immediate attention, pulling me away from the present moment. The endless stream of information and the expectation to respond instantly left me feeling drained and anxious. I realized that I was living in a state of perpetual distraction, unable to focus on what truly mattered. I craved stillness, silence, and a slower pace of life. I longed for the simplicity and tranquility that nature offers, a chance to reconnect with myself and the natural world. The idea of waking up to the sound of birdsong instead of an alarm, of spending my days immersed in the beauty of the wilderness, became increasingly appealing. I wanted to experience the peace that comes from being in harmony with nature, away from the noise and chaos of modern life. So I found a secluded cabin in the Canadian wilderness, equipped with solar panels for minimal lighting and a wood-burning stove for heat and cooking. The cabin was simple but perfect, offering just what I needed to live comfortably while being self-sufficient. It was a place where I could slow down, breathe deeply, and find solace in the quiet moments. The idea of living off-grid, relying on my own resources, and being in tune with the rhythms of nature felt liberating. I packed my backpack with essentials, a sleeping bag, warm clothes, basic cooking supplies, and a few books. I chose items that would help me live simply and sustainably, focusing on what was truly necessary. Each item I packed was carefully considered, ensuring that I could meet my basic needs without excess. The process of packing was a reminder of how little we actually need to live a fulfilling life, and it felt good to strip away the non-essentials. No phone, no laptop, no distractions. I wanted to fully immerse myself in the experience of living off-grid, to be present in each moment without the constant pull of technology. Leaving my devices behind was a conscious choice to disconnect from the digital world and reconnect with the natural one. It was an opportunity to rediscover the joy of simple pleasures, to find contentment in the quiet and the stillness. Going off-grid was not just about escaping the pressures of modern life, but about finding a deeper connection to myself and the world around me. The first week was an adjustment, to say the least. Moving into a new environment always comes with its own set of challenges. The unfamiliarity of the surroundings, the new routines, and the absence of the comforts we often take for granted can be overwhelming. I found myself constantly battling a sense of unease, trying to adapt to a lifestyle that was starkly different from what I was used to. The initial days were filled with moments of doubt and frustration, as I questioned my decision to step out of my comfort zone. The silence was deafening at first. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with noise and distractions, the sudden quietness felt almost eerie. It was as if the absence of sound amplified my thoughts, making me more aware of my inner dialogue. The quiet moments forced me to confront my own mind, to sit with my thoughts and feelings without the usual distractions. It was a strange and uncomfortable experience, but also a necessary one. It made me realize how much I had been relying on external noise to drown out my inner voice. I missed the ease of flipping a switch for light or turning on a tap for water. The modern conveniences that I had always taken for granted were suddenly out of reach. Every task required more effort and planning. Simple things like getting water or lighting up a room became challenges that I had to navigate. It was frustrating at times, but it also made me appreciate the conveniences of modern life. It was a humbling experience that taught me to value the things I'd always considered as given. Chopping wood for the stove was a workout, and cooking simple meals took on a whole new level of effort. Each chore required physical labor and time, something I wasn't used to. The process of preparing a meal from scratch without the help of modern appliances was both challenging and rewarding. It made me more mindful of the food I was consuming and the effort that went into preparing it. The physical labor involved in daily tasks also made me more aware of my body and its capabilities. It was a reminder of the strength and resilience that we often overlook in our daily lives. But amidst the discomfort, I started to notice subtle shifts. The initial frustration and unease began to give way to a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. I started to appreciate the simplicity of my new routine and the sense of purpose that came with it. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable became opportunities for growth and learning. I began to see the beauty in the small, everyday moments that I had previously overlooked. The quiet reflection allowed me to gain a deeper understanding of myself and my surroundings. The absence of digital distractions allowed my mind to quiet down. Without the constant barrage of notifications and information, I found myself more present in the moment. The digital detox was a much-needed break from the fast-paced, technology-driven world. It gave me the space to reconnect with myself and my environment. I started to notice the details that I had previously missed, the sounds of nature, the changing light throughout the day, and the rhythm of my own breath. It was a grounding experience that brought a sense of peace and clarity. I found myself more present, more aware of my surroundings. The absence of distractions allowed me to fully engage with the world around me. I started to appreciate the beauty of nature, the simplicity of a quiet moment, and the joy of being fully present. It was a reminder of the importance of mindfulness and the power of being in the moment. The experience taught me to slow down, to take a step back, and to truly observe and appreciate my surroundings. It was a lesson in presence and awareness that I will carry with me long after this experience is over. The simplicity of my daily routine was surprisingly freeing. Without the constant pressure of a busy schedule and the demands of modern life, I found a sense of freedom in the simplicity of my new lifestyle. The minimalistic approach allowed me to focus on what truly mattered, to prioritize my well-being, and to find joy in the small everyday moments. It was a reminder that sometimes, less is more. The experience taught me the value of simplicity and the importance of finding balance in our lives. It was a journey of self-discovery and growth, one that I will always cherish. By the second week, I had settled into a rhythm. Waking up with the sunrise, tending to the fire, collecting water from a nearby stream, preparing meals, reading, writing, and simply being present in nature became my new normal. I spent hours exploring the surrounding woods, observing the intricate details of the forest floor, the patterns of the clouds, the sounds of birdsong. I felt a deep sense of peace and connection that I hadn't experienced in years. Week 3 brought unexpected challenges, a sudden storm that knocked out my solar power, a close encounter with a curious bear, a bout of loneliness that crept in during the quiet evenings. Of course, not everything was idyllic. But each challenge forced me to adapt, to problem solve, to confront my fears. I learned the importance of preparedness, the power of resilience, and the beauty of solitude. Week 4. The beauty of simplicity. As I entered the final week, I felt a sense of contentment wash over me. It was a feeling that had been elusive for so long, buried under layers of stress, obligations, and the relentless pursuit of more. But now, in this moment, I felt a profound shift within me. The things I once considered essential, the latest gadgets, the constant connectivity, the endless stream of information now seemed trivial. I used to believe that staying updated and connected was the key to success and happiness. But in reality, it had only added to my anxiety and sense of overwhelm. Turning off my phone, closing my laptop, and walking away from the hustle and bustle of daily life felt liberating. It was as if I was reclaiming a part of myself that had been lost in the noise. I began to see the world with fresh eyes, noticing details that I had previously overlooked. I had discovered a profound appreciation for the simple things, the warmth of the sun on my skin, the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze, the way sunlight filtered through the trees creating a dance of light and shadow. These moments, though small, were filled with beauty and wonder. The taste of fresh air, crisp and invigorating, filled my lungs and rejuvenated my spirit. Standing on a hilltop, with the wind gently caressing my face, I felt a deep connection to the world around me. It was a reminder of the simple pleasures that nature offers, often taken for granted in our busy lives. The sound of my own breath, steady and calm, became a source of comfort. In the quiet moments of meditation, I found a sense of peace that had been missing. Lying in the grass, listening to the symphony of nature, I felt a profound sense of belonging and tranquility. I realized that true happiness wasn't about accumulating more, but about appreciating what we already have. It was about finding joy in the little things, a smile, a moment of reflection, a simple meal shared with loved ones. These were the moments that truly mattered, the ones that brought genuine happiness and fulfillment. It was about slowing down, being present, and savoring each moment. Walking slowly in the park, practicing mindfulness, and sitting quietly with a cup of tea became rituals that grounded me. They reminded me to be present, to appreciate the here and now, and to let go of the constant need for more. And in these ordinary moments I found extraordinary joy. Laughing with friends, enjoying a simple picnic with family, and watching the sunset became cherished memories. They were a testament to the beauty of simplicity, a reminder that happiness is found not in the grand gestures, but in the quiet, everyday moments that make life truly meaningful. The transformation, how going off-grid changed my perspective. Returning to civilization after 30 days off-grid was a jarring experience. The noise, the lights, the pace of life felt overwhelming at first. But I carried the lessons I had learned with me. I was more intentional about my technology use, more mindful of my consumption habits, and more appreciative of the simple pleasures in life. The experience taught me the importance of disconnecting to reconnect, of embracing discomfort for growth, and of finding contentment in the present moment. My advice for aspiring off-gridders: if you're considering taking on a similar challenge, my advice is simple. Prepare well, be adaptable, and embrace the unknown. It won't always be easy, but the rewards are immeasurable. Remember, going off-grid doesn't have to be extreme. It can be as simple as taking a break from technology, spending time in nature, or simplifying your daily routine. The key is to find what works for you, and to create space for stillness and reflection in your life. Join the journey! I'd love to hear your thoughts on this experience. Have you ever considered going off-grid? What challenges do you think you'd face? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on minimalism, productivity, and intentional living.